Welcome to the Meet the Team podcast. I'm Brady Jolly, and I'm with my friend Paige Newman, and we are going to just chat a little bit today. So thanks for being on. This was kind of on a whim. We had a cancellation, so we're just going to act like the cameras aren't here and just chat, all right? You good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about, personal life, what you do for fun, family, where you grew up, all that sort of stuff.
All right. I'm married. I have 2 kids, 2 boys. Their names are Brooks and Baker. One's almost 4 and one just turned 1. So that is literally my personal life pretty much, is just hanging out with all of them, doing whatever.
What's it like having 2 that young?
It's insane. I try to convince everyone to have 2 so that they can be in pure chaos with me. It's not working well, but 2 feels like 5, because they both want your attention 100% of the time. And then you feel bad. You're like, oh, God, do you not even, I don't want you to think I don't like you. It's hectic, but I don't know. Baker's finally, he's starting to walk and getting, a personality more. And so, they're finally looking like they're friends now.
They get along.
Yeah, and now I'm just, excited because I'm like, this is going to be great. When he can start, actually playing with Brooks is going to be like, yes, I got a friend, so.
Is Brooks, trying to get him to play with him more?
Yeah, I mean, half the time, throws a ball at his face, and he's like, well, I thought he'd catch it. And I'm like, you knew he wasn't going to catch it. But
yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
When he stops hurting him, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about, where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? That sort of thing.
Grew up in Park Hills. We moved there when I was 5. Went to Notre Dame Academy. Went to NKU. Never got out of this area. So,
What's up?
Yeah, now I'm over in Independence, but.
I don't think I've ever asked you, what was your degree at NKU?
I have one in accounting and in finance. So.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Accounting and finance.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like your time at NKU?
I did. It was rough for a little bit, but we made it back.
Yep.
I took a year off and then went back and finished everything. Cool. So it was a very long route, but.
I wonder if we ever overlapped. We were there at the same time.
We would have had to been.
And I was in business school, so
When did you graduate?
14.
Yeah.
So that would have been funny if we had classes together or something.
I know.
Because when did you graduate?
Not till 2017.
Okay.
Started in 2011, took a year off, and then 5 years for the degree.
So we probably, we had to be in some classes and have the same professors. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good. So talk about your career. Tell us about what you did before you were Jolly, then how long you been at Jolly and that sort of thing.
All right. So when I was in college, I was doing bookkeeping for, it's weird, it's my mom's now ex-boyfriend, but he owned some Great Clips franchises, was a part owner in Yagut, and then there was a Pet Supplies Plus in Fort Mitchell that he owned.
Cool.
So I did all the bookkeeping for that while I was in school, and then got a job at a place called Luxfer MagTech. They do the FRHs and stuff and meals ready to eat for the military.
Really?
Yeah, so I did accounting there.
Okay, cool.
Then I went to Fisher, and then I did accounting there, and now here I am.
Yep. And it's been how long?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, last month.
Awesome. So you were kind of with Fisher, I guess, that's a trades. That was your first little bit trades building.
Yeah.
Obviously much larger.
No interaction with anyone in the field really, though.
Yeah.
But.
So what was it coming here? What was your thought on what it would be like to work in the trades, and then what was it actually like?
I have no idea what I thought. It was weird in general to say I was working at a plumbing company. So what?
You're a plumber?
Immediately everyone thinks, yeah, you're going to work as a plumber. And I was like, no, still in accounting. And they're like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, this same stuff I do anywhere else. But
do you ever get anybody asking you plumbing questions, advice?
The people that call in about invoices and stuff and well, I do want to go into some detail about what this charges. And I'm like, if you want to talk about that stuff, I'm going to have to get someone else. That's not where I'm going to thrive at. But I really love it here. Everybody's great. Not at all what I expected. Yeah.
It's cool.
Fun. People are great.
Yeah. Well, so tell us that. What are some of your favorite parts about working at Jolly?
100% the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not that the work isn't fun, but I could do the work anywhere. The people are what really makes you want to wake up and come here every day.
Yeah. I think it's cool. Usually walking by your office, you always got people hanging out, want to chat with you and everything else, for better or worse. So
yeah.
I think it's usually
That's
good.
what I do enjoy it. Because, for most of the day, there's not that many people in there. So the mornings and afternoons when they're coming back or starting their day, just to chat with them, they always have something funny or stupid to say. It's great.
It's good. So tell us about your day-to-day job. What do you do?
This is a question that I don't think anyone that works here actually knows. The other day, Aaron came up to me and he's like, what do you do all day? And I mean that really nicely. I know you're busy. So keeping track of QuickBooks, all of our transactions for the day. I review invoices, payments, all of that. Lots of financing anymore, which is a lot of my interaction with text too. So constant text and calls and all of that. Month-end close, payroll. And then I get pulled into some of the stuff that Molly does just because they assume if Molly knows it, I also know it.
You guys are kind of a package deal.
Insurance, yeah, which Molly gets questions for me all the time too. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an interesting job because it's like it feels like it's like you're on an island. Like you're kind of just out there doing your thing. Like, I probably have the best idea of what you're doing, but even me, I'm like half the time like, you just do it. You just go. Like, and obviously, if you weren't here with us, the place would crumble. So it's a cool job.
It's a cool job.
It's a cool job because you're just like holding us all together and like behind the scenes.
Yeah. And that's what's funny is like when they ask what I do and then like I'm not here for a day and then I come back and Molly's like, so I have 75 receipts for you. Here's cash someone dropped off. And I'll still get like 6 calls about stuff. So I'm like, all right, you guys kind of know. You just don't want to put it all together. But
exactly. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so our mission, vision, and values, we just rebuilt last year or earlier this year. What value, is there a value that sticks out to you the most that like resonates with you, whether it's like how
like about me,
about you or about Jolly in general?
I think be the name is more of my thing. I try to be happy, even if I'm in a terrible mood. Some of these texts are going to some really crappy situations. And I just try to be happy about it all. Like, no, you're going to have fun. It's going to be great. Be safe out there. Just try to find different ways to make them. Yeah. I don't know. I think cool. Be the name.
Yeah, that's great. I think you have like you said, you have a really good interaction, or relationship with a lot of the techs, especially like a lot of the younger techs who are just getting into the trades and stuff. Like, I think you and Molly, especially being up front, like it's like a really good first impression.
Yeah.
And like people meet Molly because she's the recruiter and then you're up there. So you guys just get to know people really good. What would you say to like young people that want to get in the trades that like are thinking about getting in the trades or thinking about maybe going another route?
I mean, I would just say to try it. Like, I think that the trades have a bad name to them. Like, at least when I was in college, like, saying to go into the trades was like, what? Like, no way. College is it. College isn't it. I think that the trades, like, I mean, the things that they're doing, like, these guys are super intelligent. And I just try it. Try it. And if you hate it, try something else. Because there's multiple other trades out there, too.
Yep. No doubt. Okay, so company events-wise, we obviously do a lot of company events. Do you have a favorite?
Christmas party.
And why?
I don't know. I feel like, so when I started, November 10th was my start date, and our first Christmas party was like December 5th. And I went and had a grand old time, didn't know a single person pretty much. Like, maybe knew like 10 people and barely knew 10 people. And it was so much fun still.
Is Daniel coming Saturday?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Of course.
Will you guys ever get on karaoke? I don't think I've ever. Is that like a hard no?
I think it's a hard no. I don't
Daniel,
know.
Is he a karaoke?
Or we could try.
I'll see if I would love that.
Yeah.
If you had to go to karaoke, what would be your go-to song?
I don't even know. I have no idea what I would.
You gotta have something like, is it country? You're like maybe like a Kendrick or something, or what would it?
Drake is.
Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drake, like the Take Care album, is like my jam. Yeah.
All right, so you could do that.
Yeah.
That's good. Are you a Spotify person?
No.
You're not. Okay.
Apple Music.
We were just looking at Spotify Wrapped. And I would highly recommend that you look at Russell's Spotify Wrapped because it's hilarious.
Can I see other people's?
Well, you just got to ask him.
Okay.
It's not expected.
Whenever I get in his car, he's listening to 102.3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, Russell.
It's like Lil Baby and stuff. I'm like, damn, nice, Russell.
And he always blames it on his kids, but I'm like, your kids aren't in the car right now.
They rode to work with you? That's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Cool. So what would you say like you're looking forward to with the company in 2025?
Oh my gosh, just like the growth of it. And I feel like 2024 was a big like rebuild stage. It felt like at least like redefining everything and then just actually like tackling after that and going for it. Yep.
100%. A lot of growth to be had. That's cool. Okay. What about, I know you weren't wanting this story, but I'm going to put you on this, or the story question, but put you on the spot. Is there anything that you've heard or like things that have happened since you've been here that you think are funny or crazy or cool or anything like that?
There are so many things, and I literally spent the last 30 minutes trying to come up with something. Nothing.
That's all right.
But I did pass Danny Goins on my way up here, and he was like, it's fine, you're going to do great. Like, just bring your flowers up there. And I said, what are you talking about? Yesterday, Danny's cleaning out the dispatch office, comes up to Molly and I with 4 empty vases, and he goes, I got you guys flowers. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, just imagine I imported them from Brazil. And I was like, wow, thanks. So he just brought us 4 empty vases and just set them down.
Did you put them on your shelf?
They're in Molly's office. She said she's going to use them. It's like, thanks so much, Danny.
Nice. That's funny.
Not at
Okay,
all.
so hypothetically, if you were in a crawl space, what would be the last critter or living thing that you'd want to run into?
Snakes.
You're not a snake
They're
person?
terrifying.
So you'd rather
I want to know what they're thinking. Like, they're just sitting there staring at you, and they're, no.
you'd rather run into a bunch of spiders than snakes?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. Well, because, like, spiders in my mind, I can just, like,
Kill them.
Snakes, I don't know what I'd have to do.
That's fair.
And, like, I could just kill them with my hands. I don't need a weapon. Snakes, I feel like I need a weapon.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Good. If you were like going to be a tradeswoman, like what would you be like plumbing, drains?
I don't think I
heating
could
air,
do-
like sales.
I'd have to go HVAC.
You wouldn't, you don't want to deal with the poo.
I don't think I could. Like, my kids' diapers take me out. I don't think I could do it. And they just come back, like, covered in it sometimes, and they're totally fine. I'm like, what are we doing?
It's like a point of pride, though.
Yeah.
You come back covered in it. It's like, I had a good day out there today.
I was out there working. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
don't think I could do
Okay,
it.
so HVAC tech?
Yeah.
Install, like you think service, sales?
I could not do sales. I guess I'll just be a service tech.
I could see that. I'm going to have to test that out one day. That could be your
Go out there
second
and give
career
it a
if you
go.
retire from accounting.
Yes,
There you
great
go.
idea.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, Paige, like I said, you like hold it together here. It's like you're just like in the background doing all the stuff that nobody really wants to do. That's like nobody really knows how to do besides you. And
Trying.
it's like you live all the values. So, like I think we could point to every single value and show. Like I know you were here Sunday. I think you're here like early, here late, like just grinding to make sure that everybody life is easier. So can't thank you enough. Like you live what it means to be a Jolly employee. You're the
Got
best.
it here.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome.